after a judge acquitted former St. Louis police officer Jason Stockley of the first-degree murder of Anthony Lamar Smith. They're fed up that a white police officer once again wasn't punished for killing a black person. St. Louis Public Radio's
I was here earlier when the peaceful protest came by, and that was all, very peaceful. And then as it got later, it got more dangerous. We were watching on the news, we saw Salt and Smoke and Blueberry Hill get hit, and we knew people were walking this way, so.
Are you the manager?
I'm one of the owners.
Okay. Yeah. I'm personally going to apologize because I'm a protester. Yeah. And I was just here. Not even an hour ago.
It was fine.
And it was fine. I don't condone this at all because it's gonna fall back on us like we did it. And that's not us.
Well, I was there that night and I was very surprised. First of all, there was the third set of marchers and they were all peaceful until the very, very end late at night when 6 or 7 people decided they would kind of infiltrate the protesters who were trying to get a positive message across and just started breaking windows.
We weren't sure what to expect. We were feeling a bit sad and uncertain. We came up to the store to find that there were volunteers who had come around the neighborhood. They were priming the windows with the white paint so that artists could come and paint installations on the various boarded windows.
There was just an outpouring of support from artists around the St. Louis area, not just the Loop area, who came in the next day and right away started painting new pieces of artwork over the plywood that had been used to board up the broken windows.
I was watching the news the night before, and we were nervous. We had gone to bed, and I actually woke up about close to 11 o'clock and thought, I'm going to see if things are still okay in the city. And I saw the end of the peaceful demonstration, and then I saw it turn, and I saw it change into no longer a peaceful demonstration. And at that point, the reporter said, oh, they just broke a window at Blueberry Hill, and they're breaking other windows. So I saw that at night, and I came here early in the morning to see what I could do.
Like everyone else who saw what transpired on the news that evening, I was shocked and heartbroken to see the vandalism that took place after the peaceful protest.
So I was there right away with my paints and say, so where do I paint?
I wanted to make an image that didn't necessarily anger anybody or try to put a message across, because people are having trouble right now. And so I chose on the first one this eagle flying with a dove, because the eagle is a symbol of our country. It's a symbol of justice, it's a symbol of courage. But some people are crying for justice and people are saying no justice, no peace. So I put the eagle and the dove flying together. I want to make sure they didn't look like they're flying away from each other or flying into each other, but they're just flying together. This is a whole St. Louis issue. It's not a Delmar Loop issue. It's not a one kind of person issue. This is everybody's involved. So I wanted to show our city flag. It's a beautiful flag, and I wanted a good bold color and bold representation of the flag. So I put that on the third panel.
With this piece, I want people to be aware of how long injustice in the court systems have been taking place in St. Louis specifically.
1857 was the Dred Scott decision, which happened at the old courthouse, and 2017 represents the Stockley verdict
because it was just another case of injustice being served to African Americans.
I almost wanted to be a child and just say, okay, let's come together. And so that was kind of a little bit the idea behind it. The community is coming together. So the first part was pretty much the part that has all the colors and the sky. And then I had a pretty long conversation with my friend Jen, who owns Meshuggah, talking about the fact that, well, those were broken windows. And broken windows, it's not such a big deal compared to the real issue at hand that nobody wanted to really talk about. You know, why did those protests happen? What is it going on in this town that makes people, you know, go to such extreme? And nobody really wants to talk about this. There's an issue with how the police is trained in this country. And should they be held at a higher standards? Yes, they should. Yes, there are a lot of people who are breaking the law. Smith that got shot, yes, he was not a good guy. He was a drug dealer. Does that mean that he needs to get shot? No, it doesn't. And so I played with some ideas, and then this came up, and I sent a quick photo of a sketch to Jen, and Jen answered by calling me, and she was crying on the phone. And she was saying, this is it. And so I came back the day after and added the second layer. To me, the fifth is social justice, is how people need to rise and to just have their voice heard.
It means a lot to be an artist and just to be able to have a voice, because I'm not really good with words and expressing my feelings and how I feel. But when it comes to painting and art, I put my heart and soul through it. Emotionally, as a mother, as a black mother and a mother to a black male, it's really hard, because at any time, like, that could be your son. That could be your son. And when it's like, my son's 4, and like, he associates like police officers with shootings, and that should not at 4 years old, he shouldn't have a clue of what's going on, and that right there should, like, it tells you.
A lot of people understood what we were saying. We thought about putting words just to make sure people understood what we said, and each time we thought of the words, we said, no, the symbol is better. It's a much more powerful message.
I believe art it's just a seed. It can at least, you don't know who's going to see it. It might either inspire somebody to start an organization that's going to make a big difference, or it might inspire a child to think outside and that they actually can do something with their gift, whatever it be. So you just never know. I just want to see more art in areas where people that normally don't see art see it. And there's so many issues that need to be fixed. Just hopefully this will inspire people to become who they're supposed to become and do it.
For I think a lot of people in this neighborhood, they were like, so we have broken windows. Yes, it is not a good way to carry on a message in a protest, to go and break people's windows, but those are just windows. Why is it that the community cannot come together in the same way when we have issues that are so much deeper and so much more hurtful for so many people?
The windows were broken and they were immediately painted and people praised and loved it, but it needs to go beyond that. It needs to not wait for a broken window. We have a lot of broken buildings that need art now, so let's make that happen. You know, that'll be a nice transformation, not waiting for something to be broken. There's no stuff broken. Yeah.